What's good, y'all, and welcome to my first impressions for Andor. Just finished up the first 3 episodes, and gotta say, great start, man. Especially the last episode, that one was fantastic, man. And yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right away. So, the show stars Diego Luna, Andrea Arjona, if I'm pronouncing her last name right, Stel, Stelian Stelian Skarsgård, if I'm pronouncing his name right. Gina Vinci O'Reilly, Fiona Shawn, and many more. And the plot of Andor is prequel series of the start to Star Wars Rogue One in an era filled with danger, deception, and intrigue. Andor will embark on a path that is destined to turn him into a rebel hero. So, first off, the cast from what we saw of these first 3 episodes was great. Diego, once again, is fantastic as Andor. Loved him in Rogue One. That continues on here. Stellan Skarsgård, I thought he was really good. Was he in Rogue One? I can't remember if he was in Rogue One or not. I think he might have been in Rogue One because I feel like he looks familiar. I don't know if he was in Rogue One or not, but really dug him. Fiona Shaw, if I'm pronouncing her name right, I thought she was really good as well. Gotta say, I love the droid in this series. Now, I have a feeling that the droid that we saw in these first 3 episodes, we're probably not going to see him again. Maybe later on in the show, if he ends up returning back to this planet, maybe. But I really dug the droid. I thought he was really cool. Star Wars always gives us good droids, man. They always give us good droids. But yeah, love the droid. Another thing I gotta say, the cinematography in this show is really fucking good. Like, especially in episode 1 and episode 3 in particular, I thought it looked really well done. Especially at the start of episode 1 when Andor is on this planet and he's like is raiding and he's like going into this cantina. Looked amazing, man. But speaking of the cinematography, one thing that I thought was really cool about this show, and I don't know if you guys heard about this, that the volume wasn't used for this show. All of the sets they used, they did that all practically. I mean, I'm pretty sure there were still some scenes where they probably used the volume or used green screen, obviously. But for most of basically all of the major sets we saw this episode, they did that. They built these all practically, and they didn't end up using the volume, which I think is pretty cool. It's always good whenever they go full practical and like build the sets rather than just doing it all behind green screen or whatever. The volume's cool, but it's always nice whenever go full practical, just build them. So that's always neat. So that's always cool to hear. Um, Gotta say, love the intro, man. Now, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in past videos, here and there. I have never been a fan of like recently with like TV shows and cartoons or whatever, where they just decide just to do like the like title only intros. They're just like, hey, the title, bam, not rather than giving us the song and doing the whole song and dance like we used to get back in the day, back in like the 2000s or whatever. But I gotta say, when it comes to text to like title only intros, I gotta say, Andor probably has one of the best ones where we see like the title slowly come up, the text of it like behind like this planet. It honestly looks really fucking cool. I gotta say, man, it looks really fucking cool, man. Also, the little bits of the soundtrack we've heard of the show so far, I'm really digging. There's a couple of really good songs in here, that I really did enjoy. Also, one other thing that I noticed that I thought was really cool, and this is something I've always kind of liked about like the in between era of Star Wars between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, when the Empire is like transitioning over from the Republic to the Empire, is how they like reuse or like reuse or just change up like the already existing like ships and everything from like the clone army or whatever and change it into whatever we know from the Empire. So one thing that I actually know that was pretty cool about this is that during like I believe this was the second episode, it might have been the third one, where this like this like security force that I think is connected to the Empire, like a subsidiary of the Empire. Wasn't really completely sure on what their connection was, but I'm pretty sure they work for the Empire. Anyway, they come in there, they're looking for Andor, because of what happened in the first episode, and we see, and it like they like get to the planet that he's at, like like they do the light speed and everything. So then we see the ship, and then from the like this giant ass ship, we see like these smaller ships that the actual guards are coming down to into the planet. The ships are actually like, or at the very least, they look exactly like the same as the ships I don't know the exact name of the ship, but from Attack of the Clones, I'm pretty sure this also made an appearance in Clone Wars as well because I have a Lego set of it. You guys know the ship that I think it was called like the Republic gun ship or something like that, where we like you're the one that has like that has the big that was had like the two cockpits at the front of it, big ass red wings and like the doors on the side open, and we saw pretty sure that we saw Mace Windu and Yoda like exit out one of these ships at around the end of Attack of the Clones. It was that ship. Looked cool. It's honestly one of my favorite clone ship. I desperately wanted it in a Lego set forever. Eventually, when they brought it back and through like Attack of the Clones, so I was able to finally get and build it. So cool. But yeah, it was cool to see that ship make an appearance. Although it looks, I don't know if it is the exact same ship because the ship kind of like the wings kind of move differently when they like land. So I don't know if it's the same ship or they just took those ships and then just upgrade them or whatever. But looked similar to that ship from Attack of the Clones, and I thought that was cool because I love that ship. I think it was called, yeah, I think it was called like the Republic Gunship or something like that. But yeah, that was cool to see. Another thing, just like in Rogue One, if you guys remember when I in my review of Rogue One, if you've been subscribed that long, and I'm pretty sure I also meant this in the reactions for Andor, the one thing I loved about Rogue One that I thought that really just made it distinct compared to the rest of the Star Wars movies at that time was just how like dirty and like grounded it looked compared to the rest of the Skywalker saga. And once again, that returns here. Andor still keeps the same look and feel as Rogue One did, which was nice to see. Um, One other thing that, well, I guess this is where, that I thought was interesting is we also did get a little bit of Andor's like backstory in the first episode, which I thought was interesting to see. The one thing, although this is the only issue I have with the first 3 episodes, is that whenever we return to Andor when he was a child, and he's with like I guess his tribe or whatever these this community or people are. They obviously speak a different language. They don't speak English. But the one thing I kind of had a slight issue with is that they don't give you subtitles, so you have no idea what the hell they're saying. And I wish they did. And I even did turn on the English subtitles to see if that would give us subtitles, and you would know what they were saying. They just say speaking in like whatever language it is. Which, to be fair, you don't need subtitles. You can kind of understand. You can get the gist of what they're saying and what's going on from the context of the scenes. But would have been nice. Would have been nice to understand what the hell they were saying. But that's just me. That's like a small little minor thing if I had to pick something animation over these first 3 episodes. But yeah, man, besides that, love these first 3 episodes of Andor. Great stuff all around. And I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of the series. So, first 2 episodes, I would give them an 8.5 out of 10. And then the third episode, I would give a 9 out of 10. Because that last episode, man, that was fantastic. Man. I also love the ending of the third episode. I kind of just love the overall feel of it. And I think this is probably due to like knowing what happens in retrospect because we know what happens at the end of Rogue One. That I don't know. I just like it had a very like sad feel to it, and it just really worked. And it kind of gave you the feel like this is probably the last time Andor will be on this planet with like his I guess friends or associates. Most likely he won't be returning back there, and of course we know what happens to Andor in Rogue One. I don't know. I think it just really worked really well. Man. The song they were playing, the soundtrack there, was also fantastic as well, man. Seriously. So yeah, great shit all around for Andor, and I'm definitely looking forward to catching the rest of it. So, as always, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments about these first 3 episodes of Andor. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave it all down below, guys. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, if you did, subscribe for new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Flag links to the box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. She's too bad,